Black God perspective.
Well, it appears that this news is getting kookier and kookier by the moment. I do want to read this story to you because Italian governors have decided that if you've not been vaccinated that you should stay home. 5 Italian governors have called for lockdown measures to be imposed on the unvaccinated, while the example of Australia and Czech Republic and Slovakia are also moving to enforce similar measures. As previously highlighted, the story does come from Zero Hedge, and as previously highlighted, after Austria placed the unjab under lockdown, preventing them from leaving their homes for anything other than essential reasons. Police were seen patrolling supermarkets and highways, checking residents for vaccination status. Several states in Germany also announced that they will ban unvaccinated from numerous venues. Now, Italy's unvaccinated population, which stands at around 7 million, could be about to face the same form of medical apartheid. Quote, eventual new lockdowns should not be suffered by those who are vaccinated. Restrictions should only apply to those who are not immunized, close quote. That comes from Massimiliano Federiga, the governor of Friuli, in the northeast of the country. Now, the Telegraph reports that his stance was supported by the governors in Tuscany, Calabria, Liguria, as well as Piedmont, close quote. Former Prime Minister Matteo Renzi echoed the demand, tweeting that if you're not vaccinated, then, quote, stay home. Ongoing Czech Republic Prime Minister Babis has also announced that the unvaccinated will be banned from shops and restaurants with the option to provide a negative test removed, despite the fact that the vaccinated can still transmit the virus. Quote, the death toll is rising. The situation is serious. Vaccination is the only solution, and there is no other, said Babis. Meanwhile, Slovakia will vote tomorrow on banning the unvaccinated from non-essential shops, hotels, big public gatherings, gyms, and swimming pools. Oh boy. So do you think that what's going on in these other countries or these other places would definitely be an indication to what could be going on in your backyard? Hey, Alan Davis, it's so good to see you. I think that it can. I think that this can most assuredly tell you some creepy things that are coming your way, coming our way. You know, they always sort of want to start out on the fringe and then sort of bring it in to everybody being a little closer. Now, the story goes on to say that, as we reported earlier, they say, despite the entirety of its adult population being vaccinated, Gibraltar is also urging people not to attend gatherings and has canceled its official Christmas events. Well, that's not a problem. Canceling all that is not a problem. Let's see what the reported story is, however. Okay, I think you guys can still see this. So Gibraltar cancels their Christmas despite entire population being vaccinated. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that this was published 14 hours ago, and it's from our friend Paul Joseph Watson. You mean to tell me that even though everybody has been vaccinated, and I think the goal was always to quote unquote get things back to normal, that these folks are not going to have what they normally celebrate every year? Now, I may not celebrate it. But you mean to tell me that these folks who do celebrate it aren't going to be able to, even though they've all been vaccinated? Well, Gibraltar has canceled official Christmas events and urged people to avoid gatherings to combat the exponential spike in it, okay, in the cases, despite its entire population being fully vaccinated. Known as the most vaccinated place on earth, technically, with more than 118% of the British Overseas Territories population is fully vaccinated, is fully vaxxed because Spaniards also enter the country to work every day. That has done little to prevent what the health minister called, quote, a drastic increase in numbers of people having tested positive for the 19 in several days, closed quote. Labeling the increase exponential, Samantha Sacramento pointed to an average of 56 cases per day over the last 7 days, which was up from fewer than 10 in September. Could also be some flu in that. I think that a lot of times when folks start to say, oh, it's this, it's whatever's convenient to push a narrative at that moment. Now, it continues with, in response to the spike, authorities have strongly, quote, strongly discouraged people from hosting private parties, while the state has canceled official Christmas parties, official receptions, and similar gatherings, closed quote. The entire population of the territory has been fully vaccinated for almost 6 months, and masks have been mandatory in public, on public transports, inside shops, and numerous other venues throughout that time. The vaccines are also already being rolled out to children as young as 5, while booster shots are currently being given to anyone that's over 40 years old. As RT notes, saying, quote, similar well-vaccinated countries have also reported surges in COVID-19 infections recently. In Singapore, where 94% of the eligible population have been inoculated, cases and deaths soared to record highs at the end of October and have since subsided slightly. In Ireland, where 92% of the adult population is fully vaccinated, cases of the COVID and deaths from the virus have roughly doubled since August, closed quote. If any more people got the vaccine, those selfish, unvaxxed extremists. Oh, wait, he says, there's more. And you would have to possibly go and see him on his YouTube channel. I really like him. I think I like the way that Paul Joseph Watson writes. I like the way that he delivers his information, and I think he's a hoot. So I appreciate each and every one of you for joining, looking at what's going on there in Italy, finding out exactly how Rome is rolling right now is sort of important. Well, you guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for being with me this afternoon. Remember what we always say, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. You guys take care of yourselves and take care of one another. Until we see each other again, please continue to be blessed.
Black God perspective.